Hello, and we're back with another episode of Voice of the Rings. I am your hosting guide, Zollin Ironshield, and welcome back. We're playing some more LOTRO today on a LOTRO tale, and we're going to continue on where we left off the last part of our adventure. Today, we're going to do some bat killing. Bad bats. Bad bats. Say that 10 times fast. All right, some bad bats in the cave. We got to kill. All right, let's pick up these quests from these guys. We are near the Doors of the Clouds, which basically goes out into the snowy area. I know you guys are dying to see it, so maybe for fun we'll just walk out real quick. You know what? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it right now. Let's just do it. Yeah. Let's do it. Whoa, look at this. We're in a blizzard. There's where we came up. Ooh, it's a blizzard. I'm cold now. Wow. Very cool. Ooh. Sweet. You think we should do a slight bit of exploring? We might have to come out here for a quest, so let's just explore just a little bit. Oh, you know what? Is that Durin's tower? Or is it up there? Oh, I think that might be it. That spike coming out of the top. Oh gosh, what is that thing? A frost dragonet. It's a baby dragon or a baby drake, I don't know. It saw me. Alright, bad baby dragon. Bad. You can't eat me. Not for dinner. I just want to explore just a little bit, right? Just a tiny bit. I mean, what could be up here that could be super dangerous besides some little dragon babies? What's that? What are all these broken pieces? Oh, look, there's the moon. Ooh, lots of snow and winds. You guys, what is that? Why is it glowing? Whee! Ow. No, is that? Whoa. It's Durin's Bane, you guys. You've discovered the remains of Durin's Bane. It's literally because this is after Gandalf killed Durin's Bane. Whoa. Oh gosh, we're getting dread. We have the eye on us. It's too scary for our dwarf here. Oh no. I still want to look at it closer though. Oh gosh, he's got a stone worm on him. Wait a sec, do I have a hope token? I might be able to get rid of some of this. There we go, so we can look at it normal. I used a hope token to be able to withstand the scariness. Whoa, dude, look at his sides. They're like chunked out. You think it's because like Gandalf was like shooting magic and like electricity at him and stuff? Oh, dude. That's pretty wicked. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Some people might not like that there's a wing here, so ignore the wing if you don't like wings on Belrogs. They kind of base it off the movie Belrog. I think the wings, my feeling of the wing description more was that it was a cloud around them. More like wings of darkness, less of like physical wings. I have a similar view to when I watched Nerd of the Rings has a good video on about Belrogs, and I agreed with his view of the wing thing. But again, the wings are epic in the movie, so I'm like, I'm not really complaining that much. But if I'm gonna be like heavy lore accurate, I think it's more of a shadow of wings. So it might like look like wings, but there's not like physical wings. Though there's something cool about Wings because he's like a fallen Maiar. He's kind of like a fallen demon, like an angel that went bad kind of thing. So I don't know, something cool about that. Of course, again, that doesn't do with the lore. That's more of like real life hooking to the story. I kind of want to see him from the other angle again one more time. Dude, look at this place though, you guys. I turned this into an exploring episode more than a questing episode. Don't worry, we'll go do some quests. Look at that mountain out there. We are at the very top of the Misty Mountains. We are up in the middle of the Misty Mountains. So we're up here. See there, we're standing right next to the Balrog's corpse that we learned about on this character. And technically we are in Moria, so we're somewhere in these mountain range right here, in the middle of the mountains. Got him. I'd be interested to know what you guys think about this cool Balrog. Leave a comment. What do you think of his feet? They're more like... They're almost like hooves. Unless they've been, like, burned off or something. Interesting. Interesting indeed. In fact, you know what? I don't actually know if I saw... Did they even show the feet in the movie? I don't know if they show the feet out. Maybe that's Lotro's interpretation of it. Anyway, you guys, that is pretty freaking cool. Man, Hurricane kind of makes it hard to look at, but that was epic. All right, I'm done. I'm done drooling over how cool that is. Okay, moving on. Gonna get on Remy here. It's fun. Oh, look at this dwarf head. Probably part of Durin's tower that broke when Gandalf was fighting him. Or those have been broken for a long time. Is this a way to get back? What is this? What does this go into? Using that has no effect. That must, you know what? I don't want to give spoilers, but I believe that has to do with a chapter quest later or an instance. So we'll find that out later. Anyway, Durin's Bane is freaking amazing. I definitely wanted to come out here and see it because spoilers, I did kind of know it was out here, but it's still super cool. How do I get back? Oh no, you guys, I'm caught on a snowy, icy peak. We're gonna die out here in the cold. It's gonna be scary. This is where I'm like, to my cousin, Melody, what should we do? All right. Oh, there's another door. Is that to an instance too? What does that lead to? Yep, yeah, corresponding quest. It's probably either an instance or a chapter thing. Oh, dang it. Got my Remy. Look at my axe glowing blue because it works all around on the goblins. Oh, I have to go up higher? Really? Out of my way. Come back, Remy. We need to get back to do quests. No, no, no. No, no, no. You guys, I have so much fun making these videos, and I really super appreciate it that how many of you guys like my channel, have subscribed, and watch my videos. It means a lot. I really love it that people are actually enjoying this. I really kind of, this is a total reach, as in like, I just thought up the idea one day to do these kind of thing on LOTRO, do voiceovers in LOTRO. Because there's one thing to play LOTRO, like people love to watch that, and I like to watch that. But like, to see someone doing voices and stuff for different characters, like, oh gosh, speaking of Morel, oh my gosh. They're everywhere. Maybe I can sneak by without them seeing me. Hi, okay, that's the guy versions of those. But anyway, I appreciate that, guys. Sorry, lost train of thought. But thank you so much. Oh, didn't see me. It's really cool to have so much support. And then you guys liking and then sharing the videos with other people. Because the hardest thing about doing a YouTube channel, I feel now that I can officially call myself a YouTuber, which is weird to say, honestly, because I'm just having fun doing this with you guys. But now that I'm doing these, and I'm going to start doing live streams too, with other awesome YouTubers and just me with you guys. But now that I'm doing these, I find that it's so, it's a lot of fun, but like, you gotta love what you're doing. So I am loving doing what I'm doing, but still a lot of work. But my brain's always racking on new ideas for you guys. All right, let's get some more quests here. So Kalman.
If we are to find Mithril in Khazad-dûm, we will first have to deal with the orcs.
If we are to find Mithril in Khazad-dûm, we'll first have to find the orcs. By the way, last thing I was saying, I lost my train of thought again. It really helps when you guys share stuff and tell friends and people about my channel, because that's the hardest thing about YouTube, is literally getting like people to know you exist. It's like, that's the hardest thing. It's just, yeah, that's the hardest part, I think, about doing this and growing the Voice of the Rings family.
Not all endeavors have gone well for us in Moria. One earlier settlement in Durin's Way has an outpost built by Gurwith at Glakuru to the south. The encampment became overrun by goblins and was burned entirely, while only Gurwith and a few others managed to escape. The goblins threatened to fortify Glokuru and remain a persistent danger to us if we do not act against them. Head there and defeat as many of them as you can, then report to Gurwith in Tarak Bazan to the east when it is done. And one of the hardest things too, guys, with this is names. Oh my gosh. And I've always been someone that has a hard time with just like remembering names and stuff. Like, I'm great at faces if I see your face. So like when you guys have a logo on your YouTube, that really helps me. Now for some of my longtime subscribers now, I know your names, but it really helps when you have a logo you keep. It's like a picture of yourself or a cartoon or something, because it's like, it helps me be like, oh yeah, okay, I've talked to them before. Because names are just not my thing. So reading crazy Tolkien names and trying to do them justice is like, oh, if I do something wrong, I feel so bad. I'm like, oh, dang it. But don't worry, I'll keep doing my best.
We have seen naught of Durin's Bane. Be wary if you journey into Moria.
We have seen naught of Durin's Bane. Be wary if you journey into Moria. The White Hands Uruks have concerned, Zollin, Ironshield, and Voice of the Rings. They are attempting to sway the goblins into an alliance with the leaders of the White Hand Army. While it is a fine thing for us when goblins fight each other, we cannot allow them to gain a foothold here within the bounds of Khazad-dûm, when they are already control considerable forces without. I need you to hunt down and defeat the White Hand's emissaries before they are able to convince or intimidate the goblins here into joining them. By scouts spotted one in the goblin camp of Niknak Faltor, where another in Glokuru. Sounds like an Avatar name. Goku. Oh, no, that's not Avatar. That's Dragon Ball Z, right? Glokuru. And the third was Endurance Crossing between here and Jazag Gund.
Alright, so we gotta kill some emissaries. Got it. We're gonna remove the book quest right now. We're also gonna go back into the mirrors later. We're gonna do the ones we had from these guys.
If we are to find Mithril in Khazad-dûm, we will first have to deal with the orcs.
If we are to find Mithril in Khazad-dûm, we are to first deal with the orcs. We have many traditions, Voice of the Rings and Zollin Ironshield, and this is not the least. When we head into battle, we bring with us a letter. If we fall, that letter will be returned home by the survivors, if any remain. Many of us have come to Moria, and some of us have fallen, and now it appears that the MrRevel, I like to say MrRevel, but it's not. I think the correct saying of that kind of creature is MrRevel, like a veil, V-A-I-L, or Valley, or maybe it's Maravelli. What do you guys think? You're welcome to leave a comment and think what your version, what's just the right version. But I'll say I'm gonna say MrRevel. MrRevel. It's hard to say that though. It really doesn't go up the tongue nicely. The MrRevel. Maybe just MrRevel. MrRevel? I don't know, something sounds wrong with that a little bit, but I'll keep working on it. The MrRevel have discovered these letters and have taken a perverse pleasure in keeping them as trophies of victory against us. The honor of our warriors and the peace of mind of their families demand that we recover these letters from the enemy whenever possible and return them to their rightful homes. Will you help us retrieve these letters? By the way, lore thing real quick. The MrRevel are very intelligent. They are sentient, they are very smart, and very scary. And
Again, I believe that they are more made in LOTRO as lore, but there's a possibility that it makes sense. And one of them is a queen, and she's very evil, and she actually lives in Mordor, and she's one of the reasons, from the LOTRO perspective of the lore, they kind of fit the dots together. That plague that Sauron put out against Arnor in the story of the Second Age, and it wiped out so many people in Middle-earth during the famines with the snow and then also a plague, that was created by that queen because she's so evil, and she so yeah, they're scary. They're really scary. All right, let's continue here.
If you can come upon one of our fallen in the Durin's Way, search the body for the letters. Return any letters here to me before the MrRevel can get to them.
Sounds good. We'll grab them. All right, what is this?
We have seen naught of Durin's bane. Be wary if you
Journey into Moria. We must keep safe and the artifacts of ages past, Zollin Ironshield. Studying these relics gives insight to the untold legends of our forefathers, which might otherwise become lost. I have information that one such, a mythical shield, was last seen in Ulump-Mer, just a short distance east of the Doors of the Clouds. The goblins would have a difficult time destroying such a sturdy shield, so I am hopeful it may still be found there.
Sure, we'll find the shield. The Iron Shields, there's a whole story behind the Iron Shields. I should do a video on that, on my LOTRO Lore Master playlist, where I do lore stuff. But a lore perspective of me, with stuff I've created into the story. I did my very best to make lore of my characters, Zollin and his brothers, that can fit into the story without ruining anything, right? And of course, the fan lore, it's my lore, right? But I wanted to make it where it was really fun for you guys. I mean, fun for me in high school. But I adjusted things. I might look over it again and see if I want to adjust anything else. And then maybe I'll tell you the story of Zollin's family. If you'd like to hear that, leave a comment and we will do a video in the future of Zollin's family. So let's move out and get some of this stuff done. All right. Okay, so we need to go over here. There's something over here. Let's grab this real quick. Oh, look at this room. Look at that awesome ceiling. Whoa. These are the touches in LOTRO that amaze me that they do. Look at the ceiling. It's amazing. And dwarves would carve the ceiling beautifully too after they do the cave. I think that's what's so cool about dwarves. They're very creative. I think another favorite thing for me about Tolkien's lore is the fact that in reality, if you think about it, you can kind of relate with our different, people are very complex, right? As humans, we can kind of relate with every race in the Lord of the Rings with all their different loves and enjoyments. Like the dwarves are very creative and love the mountains and love, they also like gardening and stuff and things, but they're very creative and honorable and stuff like that. And then the elves are also very honorable. There's like crossover things between the races that they're all like just good things, right? Honor and stuff. But the elves are they love nature. They want to take care of things. Whoa, look at this room. Whoa. And then the hobbits, they love food. They love peace. They love reading a good book. And then humans are, still same thing. They want their peace. They're just and honorable. The Gondorians and, I think it's cool that we can kind of see a little bit of ourselves in every race. So again, what would be your optimal pick, right? What would, if you were going to be in Middle Earth today? And I'm not talking about what you pick if you played LOTRO. I'm talking about if you could really be in Middle Earth and teleport yourself to that world, what race would you want to be? And again, remember, it's supposedly I say, but it actually is. If you read it from Tolkien's perspective, the humans having mortality is actually a gift compared to what the elves have. And there's a whole thing on that in the Second Age, right? Which, if they go over that in the Amazon series, I hope they don't butcher that. You know what I'm saying? I hope that that's well translated. That yes, it is. You would think, well, I would want immortality too, right? Like people think that, but do you? You know what I'm saying? For me, as someone who is a believer in Christ, in Jesus, I believe that I will go to heaven, right, after this mortal life. But not talking about from a religious point of view and my views in my life, in real life. From the point of view of Tolkien's lore, right? Because we have to remember, we have to look at Tolkien from he was a pretty stout Catholic, so that was his views, but that it was a blessing that the humans had mortality, even though they wanted to steal it, right? When Sauron corrupts them and says, you should go steal it from the Valar in the Undying Lands of the Second Age. So anyway, I think it's really cool. I really like all that stuff, how Tolkien did that. It's such complex, like, thinking processes of thinking through stuff like that. But again, with all that aside, what race, leave a comment, what race for this video would you want to be in Middle-earth? Not talking about any philosophical things, talking about from this perspective of what race do you relate with the most. But again, my main point is we kind of relate with all the races, right? Like, it's kind of like little pieces of all of our personalities and all of our cultures, right? Of all these different things and all the different races in LOTRO. I think that's why everyone likes Lord of the Rings. We can all identify with something in Lord of the Rings. That's what's really cool. And that's the cool thing about Tolkien. He did all of it, like, from the beginning. Everything, everyone can relate with everything in Tolkien's stuff. No matter who you are from the world, you can relate. That's why the book is so famous everywhere on the planet, right? Like, I mean, it's been translated into like 100 languages by today, right? I don't actually know how many languages, but I'm sure you can Google that. All right, so we gotta go kill that orc chieftain in here. So we're gonna slaughter this orc chieftain real quick. Come here, goblin! Ha ha ha! Out of our way. So remember we came in here with that other guy? So now I'm gonna go in farther and get that orc chieftain. But anyway, I turned this video into a lot of talking. But it's all fun questions, all fun questions. What race would you play as? Not just in the game, but like if you actually were teleported to Middle-earth. What race? Again, I know you guys are like, wait, it's not real. Well, I'm gonna pretend like it's all real. Because Middle-earth is real in my mind. Matrix. No, I'm just kidding. It's as real as you make it. No. But yeah, I think it's a cool thought. It's hard because I think I would almost want to pick an elf just to be able to see things for a long time. But I love the dwarves too. They're really just, I don't know. It's just hard. Maybe I want to be a hobbit. Maybe I want to be a human. I don't know. It's really, really hard for me. Obviously, when I play LOTRO, I want to be a dwarf because I just like the character and how they play in the game and stuff. But if you pose that question to me of what I want to be if I was in real life being transported into Middle-earth, I don't know. It's a hard one. I'm gonna leave it with probably dwarf, probably an elf. But there's a high chance I'd pick a hobbit or a human. I don't know. Alright, so I believe the orc, the Sauron White Hand emissary, remember from Saruman, is right up here. There he is, White Hand emissary. Come here, you Urukai! You've defeated the emissary in Nikok Faltor. Again, goblin. Alright, you guys, so we got that done. So we're gonna do more in the next episode of Voice of the Rings. Thank you so much for joining me today, my friends. There was a lot of deep questions there for you to answer. What race would you want to be if you actually were teleported into Middle-earth? Be fun. Leave a comment what you'd like the most. You can even do a tier list if you want. You're welcome to do that. If you can't really decide either, do a tier list of what would be your first choice, second, third, fourth of the four. I mean, you can put orc if you want, I guess, but I'm not quite sure how many people would actually want to be an orc. Doesn't seem like a very fun society to live in. But you never know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. If you want to be a cheeky and pro orc, you guess you can. But realistically, I would like the top four of the four main races of the Free Peoples. All right, my friends, have a wonderful day in Middle-earth. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you so much to my Patreon, MrRevel, for being a royal guardian. You are the best. I appreciate that a lot. And I'm going to move this a little bit. And you guys have a wonderful day in Middle-earth. Thank you for my other Patreons and your subscribes and likes. Subscribe button's going to be there if I earned it. Thanks so much. And next episode will be in the top left. And a LOTRO Tale's over there. So, excuse me, LOTRO Adventure will be over there probably. This is a LOTRO Tale. Haha! See you next episode of Voice of the Rings.